It's 1965. The SR-71 Blackbird is the most advanced machine ever built by human hands. It flies higher and faster than anything else in the sky. But in the early days, there were no manuals, there were no simulators, and for one pilot, there wasn't even a checklist. This is the story of Captain Pete Collins, the pilot who took the Blackbird beyond 90,000 feet on pure instinct, lost an engine at the edge of space, and lived to tell the tale. To understand how insane this flight was, you have to understand the era. The Blackbird program was in its infancy. Kelly Johnson, the legendary head of Lockheed's Skunk Works, needed to push the envelope. He didn't just want to know if the bird could fly, he wanted to know if it could survive the impossible. During an early test phase, Johnson approached Captain Pete Collins with a request that would terrify a normal pilot. He wanted Collins to take the SR-71 past its standard operating ceiling of 80,000 feet. He wanted him to touch 90,000 feet or higher just to see how it flew. Here's the kicker. The flight simulator for the SR-71 wasn't ready yet. There was no virtual practice. There were no emergency checklists for this altitude because no one had consistently flown there. Collins was going up blind. Collins, along with his RSO, Reconnaissance Systems Officer, Conrad "Connie" Seagroves, strapped in. They passed the astronaut-level physicals, exams so strict that a single minor issue would permanently ground you, and fired up the engines. They climbed, past the commercial airliners, past the U-2 spy planes. They pierced the 80,000-foot mark and kept going. According to Collins' son, who later recounted the story, the air up there was so thin it could barely support the control surfaces. The aircraft became wobbly. They were surfing on the very edge of the atmosphere, balancing a multi-million-dollar titanium bullet on a razor's edge. Then the nightmare scenario happened. At altitude, they lost an engine. This was early in the program. An engine unstart or failure at Mach 3 and 90,000 feet is usually a death sentence. The violent yaw can tear an aircraft apart instantly. But Collins was a superstar among stars. He fought the controls. In a stroke of incredible luck and engineering resilience, the turbine blades from the blown engine shattered and were ejected out the back without slicing through the airframe or fuel tanks. Pete Collins managed to stabilize the wobbly single-engine beast and bring it all the way back down to Earth, safely. It was the first time an SR-71 had lost an engine early in the program and survived. This flight proved to Kelly Johnson that his baby was tougher than the physics said it should be. It proved that the Blackbird could take a punch at the edge of space and still bring its crew home. Pilots like Pete Collins and RSOs like Connie Seagroves didn't just fly planes. They wrote the manuals that future pilots would rely on. They flew into the unknown with no simulator to warn them and no checklist to save them. And that is why the Blackbird remains the king of the skies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story of aviation history, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the flight deck. See you in the next one.